Hey guys, welcome to our Season 2 bonus episode, Monster Squad. I'm your host, Christian Danley, and here with me as always we have...
I'm Casey Willis, executive producer on Archer.
And...
Amber Nash. I was a voice actor on Archer.
Together with our guest today, we're talking about Monster Squad. No, not the inferior 1987 horror comedy The Monster Squad. We're talking about the far superior 1976 television show, Monster Squad, which ran for a single season of 13 ridiculous episodes. Today's guest is an actor, puppeteer, and improviser. He's a creator of live theater and comic books. He's a writer, a host, a performer, and a presenter all wrapped up into one. But I think he can best be summed up with this personal story.
I'm terrified.
Once, after our super weird weekly kids puppet show we used to do at our improv theater, a kid came up to this man and asked him very seriously, "Are you Tony Stark?" And this person just smiled at him and said, "Yes. Yes, I am." It's Lucky Yates.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Was recently contacted by an audience member from the kids show.
Yep.
Sweet little Allie, she was a Foolio fanatic.
Yeah.
She came to one show dressed as Foolio. She came to one show as the bride of Foolio.
Uh-huh. She got married to Foolio.
She was insane about Foolio. And
I just have to say, a tough thing to do because Foolio was hated by most children. So she was a real
not a
outlier.
likable character at all.
Foolio was a dick.
Yeah.
He told shitty jokes. He was a corporate comedian that told shitty jokes and ran a comedy club.
Because he always wanted to sue the host for the show. He was trying to get the show away from the host, like through shady legal.
And he eventually did. Eventually, it happened.
And that little girl was like,
Foolio
"He's mine."
And she contacted me just to go like, "Hey, I'm Allie. I don't know if you remember me or not, but I used to come to this show this puppet show you did." And I was like, "Allie, you're a legend. Are you kidding me?" So I'm gonna send her a bunch of Foolio crap.
Oh my God.
In the same way, this kid who is like, "Are you Tony Stark?" I'm convinced to this day is like, "I saw Robert Downey Jr. in a little theater in Atlanta.
I swear to God, you guys.
I met him after the show." And his friends were like, "Shut up,
him directly. Are you Tony Stark?" And he said, "Yes."
Every time this guy gets high, he brings up this Robert Downey Jr. story.
You and Allie should do a show together.
Yeah.
Finally, you and Allie do a Foolio comeback show.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Folio, Lawyersaurus Rex can be in
Well,
that.
Yeah.
I did hear that.
Like the Foolio talk show.
I did hear that Foolio has a podcast now, and last election he endorsed Donald Trump.
Oh, what?
Hey, man.
Wow.
Yeah, he has his own comedy scene in
as-
Austin.
As a corporate clown that runs a national chain of Chuckle Hut comedy clubs,
Yeah.
he's going to go with the tax
money.
breaks. He's going to go with the tax breaks all day long,
Yeah.
Casey.
Yeah.
He's playing it smart.
He's not voting for the man. He's voting for his bottom line.
All right. Well, let's talk about why we're here. We're here to talk about Monster Squad. All right.
Oh.
The Monster. Oh no. 1976 Monster Squad. Why don't we remember? Nobody remembers the show. Why don't we remember it?
It's
Yeah, I thought if
shocking that I
anybody
don't remember it.
was going to remember, it'd be Lucky because
course.
I was not born yet.
Of course.
I was in my prime for Saturday, although I was probably like 8 or 9 when this thing came out, so I might have been sort of growing out of what was becoming of Saturday morning cartoons.
I have a theory on why you don't remember it. It's terrible. It's awful. It's not a good show. It's not. They blew it.
They did blow it. It took several things that we all love, like
Right.
it's a producer of the 1966 Batman series.
I got a whole.
William
I want to talk
D'Angelo.
about. I want to talk about the producer. One of the producers was Stanley Ralph Ross, who wrote 27 episodes of Batman. And you can really tell that this show is like, it's got
it's
Batman.
Batman Light.
They're
It's
like,
100% Batman.
We can do this. We can do it with the Universal properties. We're going to nail it. And they just didn't do it. They didn't.
Wait a minute, guys.
Succeed.
Oh, wait. Are you telling me that this isn't a good show? Because I thought it was one of the best things I've ever seen.
No, hold on. I'm
so
have
glad to hear
that is included in my final note.
Just setting up this guy, Stanley Ralph Ross, wrote 27 episodes of Batman. He wrote The Man from U.N.C.L.E. He wrote a few episodes of that. He wrote a few episodes of The Monkees, Mod Squad, All in the Family. But this was not good enough. And then I want to talk to you guys about the 80s The Monster Squad and whether you liked that or hated that. What is your opinion on the old 80s The Monster Squad with Wolfman's Got Nards? Do you have an opinion on it?
I've never seen it.
Okay.
I have no
Me neither.
opinion. All I know is Wolfman's Got Nards.
I saw it recently because I had never seen it in the 80s. So 87, I would have been just moving from one city to another.
Okay.
And I think when it came out, it just missed me. And I watched it a few years ago, and I was shocked at how much I hated it. Because it's like a cult classic to a lot of kids. So it's like The Sandlot and fucking The Monster Squad.
Absolutely. I rewatched it recently. I rewatched it for this because I hate it. And I was like, why do I hate this movie so much? Because like this TV show, it's got all the stuff in it. It's like all
the elements.
It was written by Shane Black. That's why I hate the 1989 movie.
Was it really?
It was written by Shane Black. And when I think about it...
Writer of Predator?
So I love Predator because you think it's a commentary on misogyny, but it's not. It's just Shane Black writing misogynist dudes. And yeah, it has a layer where you can appreciate
but it's so over the top that it's farcical.
Right, you can take it as a commentary.
Even in the 80s, it was...
But he was not commenting on misogyny. Shane Black was aiming directly at... big muscly dudes.
I will stand in defense of one Shane Black property of which I'm a huge fan, which is the Nice Guys. Ryan Gosling plays like a 2-bit. It's like in the 70s. He plays a 2-bit private eye, and Russell Crowe's just like a break your legs threatening dude for hire.
I didn't know that was another Shane Black.
It was, and I almost want to say he directed it as well.
I have one. Before we move on, I have one observation about why we don't remember Monster Squad.
All right, you're talking about the 70s TV show.
The 70s TV show.
1976's.
Yeah.
We got to remember also that there were only 3 channels at this time. There wasn't.
Which means you should remember it more.
Which means Saturday mornings were like.
It was like this or Shazam.
Slot you could get. It was a guaranteed audience.
This was a Saturday morning show.
Saturday morning.
It's an NBC Saturday morning show.
Okay, great.
So I think that in the terms of Saturday morning shows and kids shows, there's an ebb and flow of cartoons and live action. And I think this is probably waning live action, growing to cartoons, because the beginning of the 80s was like all cartoons.
Okay.
And then the end of the 80s was another resurgence of live action with Saved by the Bell and stuff like that. So, we're getting away from your H.R. Puffin stuff, your Sigmund the Sea Monster. It's kind of losing that.
This goes back to my original point that I was making. This is exactly it. Is that it takes these things we loved, like all those Croft shows, Croft Super Show, which had a bunch of little shows in it. Dr. Shrinker, all these things, right? And also a big thing in the 70s were teams, right? Scooby-Doo gave us teams and vans of a team running around with a van.
We're going to talk about the Monster Van.
I can't wait. And Batman. It's 66 Batman.
Right.
And cartoony shit. It takes all of those things and it does every one of those things worse than the things that inspired it, and so it's just a stew of shit.
When I watched this, I was a big fan of the Monkees, but I don't even know when the Monkees was made. I was watching it on MTV when I was a kid. Okay. So this show was definitely like scratching that itch for me, where I was like, it's just like I don't even have to think about it. I love it. I thought it was great.
Here's where the Monkees, I think.
I love the Monkees too.
So do I, and here's why. It was
But I did not
brilliantly
love
shot.
this.
It's brilliantly shot and it's brilliantly edited. A lot of the comedy of the Monkees comes from the filmmaking aspect.
Okay, I totally agree. When we get
This
to act,
show is
when we
shot
get to
for
Act 3,
shit.
when we get to Act 3,
I can't wait to get to Act 3.
I specifically want to talk about the fight in
I can't wait
Act 3.
to talk about the fight.
Yeah, okay, all right, great, because I think you're on the same beam about why that failed that I am.
The Monkees also had jokes.
The Monkees was also
Well-crafted
funny.
jokes.
Okay, well crafted, I think, is a qualifier because there were
Wait a minute,
jokes.
Casey, I can't believe you said this.
Yes.
Good
Oh
job.
boy! All right, so
That's also an Act 3 gag.
we are going to talk about the Monster Van eventually, but I just want to say they almost made Monster Squad toys. It was in a catalog. They had a couple.
Also,
of
next to toys from a show I also never heard of, Project Caper. What of the kids from Caper? No
I had
idea
to-
what that is.
The
I had
big
to look it up.
baloney van.
Right, I had to look it up on Wikipedia. I don't know that either of these made it.
Hey
I know
kids,
that
here
was-
comes the big baloney van.
Teenage. That's a hot dog, Casey.
But it says the name of it at the bottom. Kids from Caper, big baloney van.
But that was also Casey's nickname in high school was the Big Baloney Man.
Yeah, 'Cause,
Big
he always
baloney
had,
man in his big baloney van.
he always had baloney in his pockets, and you could
You
always tell.
heard of his old man, Big Baloney Stan?
He was the Abe Froman of his school. Let's get into it. All right, we're talking specifically about Monster Squad Episode 1, Queen Bee. Dracula infiltrates the Queen's hive in an effort to thwart a worldwide bee invasion. The cold open / opening credits. I could spend the entire podcast talking about just the opening credits. Lucky already started touching on it. What I love about it is that it explains the entire show in the opening credits.
Every
Knight Rider
good
did it.
opening credits.
The
should explain
A-Team
your
did
show.
it. I would even say Star Trek basically did it.
Yeah.
Can you think of any modern shows that start in that way these days? Is there any show that like gives you the entire
No,
premise?
and if you do it in a song, even better. Mystery Science Theater is the last one to do it.
Well, that was like
They
the
did it
ultimate.
excellently.
Yeah, they're commenting on
Gilligan's
the whole
Island
genre.
did it.
Yeah.
Brady Bunch did it.
I don't know how long it comes in at, but it's like it's also like tight. Like they get it done in under.
It's like, here's who
20
I am,
seconds.
here's where I am, and here's what I'm doing. It's like comes
Because
in,
at that point, it was a huge trope, right? It was just
Right.
you were basically could connect the dots. It just
Yeah.
follow a pattern
They
that
were-
everybody had done it beforehand.
they're like, we're establishing a franchise here. Let's get it. My wife brought up the Animaniacs as one of the last ones, and I think
Oh.
like it's like a kid show now thing. It's a kid show thing now where it's like, okay, kids, here's the whole thing. It's coming at you like at a million miles an hour.
Yeah, you don't think that like Gilligan's Island was once a broadcast like you would get on Wednesday night at 8.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah,
turn
it was
on tune
prime
into
time.
Gilligan's
'Cause,
Island.
You know, now TV is so sophisticated and it's serialized oftentimes. And like, this is a monster of the week kind of situation. So you have to
Right.
know, like, coming in, they have to give you all the backstory so you know who these people are and why they're in this situation. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but you
and-
don't do it in Batman.
yeah, well, Batman, everybody, I guess.
I'm going to refer to Batman a lot because of there was a lot of Batman people that worked on this show.
This was like, okay, here's a new Batman. That's what they were thinking.
I
this
mean, there was
gonna
also an NBC show, so it was like they had the guys around. They had, probably. I'll bet Queen Bee was gonna be in Batman if they got to season 4, and they never did. And they were like,
don't
"Ghostly, you're back in, baby.
be. We're just doing this.
We're just doing it with monsters now."
I also think that the song, the instrumentation of it's really good, and it made me think like, what's up with monster shows always having awesome music, like the
and it's
Munsters,
Like kooky
Yeah, yeah.
family music.
Interesting.
And you're like,
Yeah.
you know it's a monster show because of the music.
Adam's Family, Munsters, everything. They
Yeah.
always have like kick-ass soundtracks.
because cool people like monsters. That's the
Oh,
other
okay.
thing too. It's another reason I can't. Well, now I'm calling myself cool, but my whole life I've been a monster fanatic,
Right.
and can't believe I don't remember this show at all,
'Cause
including
it's
the guy who
terrible.
played Wolfman, whose name is Bruce for some fucking reason.
Hey, that
we'll get
drives
to
me
it. We'll
crazy.
get to it. But
And but you kind of covered it. And Fred Grandy,
Yes.
playing Walt. Fred Grandy went on to be he's famous for the Love Boat. He played Gopher on the Love Boat.
he
right?
went from this to the Love Boat.
And then he became a congressman. He became a representative for Iowa. He then went on to become a
so he sat in Congress for quite a long time, I believe.
Yeah,
Okay,
interesting.
I have a question about the intro. So one of the things that I wrote down, which I think they say in the intro, is so he's a night watchman at a.
I work as a night watchman at Fred's Wax Museum.
Fred's
To put myself through
Crime College.
Criminology College.
But here's
Oh,
my
is that what it
question.
says? Criminology College.
Yeah,
Okay,
Criminology
Amber.
College. So my question is, he brought to life 3 legendary monsters with his crime computer. Is that what happened?
Apparently, the
They
crime
cover it.
computer does something with some electromagnetic waves or something.
They say oscillating vibrations.
Oscillating
Oscillating
vibrations.
vibrations bring 3 famous monsters back to life to make up for their past misbehaving.
So, which leads us to believe that this is not necessarily a wax museum; it's more of a mausoleum
So, but,
with,
right. So
with
this also,
waxed dead people.
right. So it's a wax museum. It's Fred's Wax Museum. But this also presupposes that these creatures actually existed in history. Like, if they're coming back, then yeah, I guess at some point Dracula was real. There was a real Frankenstein.
Which is my whole point. It's just like, what? So what is this fucking museum? Like, what?
Yeah.
This is a man that has 3 corpses in a basement,
Lucky.
and you go look at them.
It's Fred's Wax Museum. What more do you need to know?
I want to know. Also, why do they have to employ a college-aged night watchman?
He really does nothing.
What goes down?
He
What
does
goes
That's
absolutely
usually
nothing.
that's usually a job for like a 65-year-old retiree.
a night watchman who has
does
the
nothing.
time and know-how
Right.
to build a crime computer within a mummy sarcophagus. It
right, yeah.
looks like a sarcophagus
Yeah,
that
do you think
holds a
Fred
mummy.
was Fred okay with that?
Fred, well,
Did he
you know
sign
what?
off on?
Maybe let's go down this rabbit hole.
Okay.
Maybe Fred's Wax Museum is Fred Grandy
front.
himself, who's playing the kid in it. The actor in our real world
Yeah.
owns the Wax Museum
Yeah.
that
Okay.
he.
Do you think this was just a Fred Grandy vanity project?
I
He was just like,
wish.
I'm gonna
I
fund
wish.
this.
I wish. I
I
hope
think
that
he stole
that's
some campaign funds and made this weird vanity project.
campaign funds
Went
from
back
his
in time.
college.
I saw on the Wikipedia that there are a few shots in the run of the show where, even though we have Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula, there's also another exhibit that's the Invisible Man.
What?
Now, was the Invisible Man brought to life by the oscillation? Was Fred ripping us off the whole time? And there wasn't really an Invisible Man in that exhibit? Or is there an Invisible
Well, I
Man
don't-
that's in the entire show and we just can't see
I'm
him?
going that. And
Okay.
that
What came
in
to
season
life?
2, if it ever got to season 2, we would have
We'd have got it.
found out that this whole time when they're dunking Alice Ghostly in the honey shit later,
Yeah.
that the Invisible Man was in the bear suit trying to lick Dracula.
So we'll get to the bear, but I just also want to talk about how these wax creatures that were brought to life also have all of the powers of these famous monsters.
Yeah,
like
Dracula
can
turns into a bat.
turns into a bat. Frankenstein's got super strength, and yeah, Bruce, which doesn't make any sense at all, has like some weird, crazy Wolfman powers. But like, why? It doesn't. Just the only explanation is through the power of oscillating vibrations.
Why do they call the Wolfman Bruce?
Right? Is there a reason?
No, because if you're going to the 1939 film, 40 film, whatever it was, the old Universal movie, his name was Larry Talbot. So you'd be Larry.
Right? At least Larry.
Bruce is short for Larry. We all know that, right?
Oh yeah, it's a
Larry's
nickname.
You know, like
Classic.
Peggy is short for
Yeah.
Margaret.
Yeah,
Yes.
classic nickname. Yeah, maybe there was a legal reason why they couldn't get the actual Wolfman property, but I'm not sure.
Here's where we're still on the opening credits.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is
Yeah,
we
good,
haven't
but
even gotten to Act
I'm
One
going to
yet.
dabble into filmmaking 101 here.
Okay.
Or
please.
just not even filmmaking. This is just staging 101.
Storytelling, basic storytelling.
The very opening shot
Uh-huh.
and the very closing shot after the end credits is Frankenstein charging through a wall.
Okay. Yeah.
and he blasts through a wall that has a Frankenstein-shaped hole in it.
Right.
The problem
What?
is,
What's your
is
problem?
both times Frankenstein blasts through the wall from underneath so his head can fit through where his shoulders and the outline are,
So it's not-
which completely negates the fact that he's charging through the wall and the wall just exits in his shape.
Yeah.
He somehow punches a him-shaped hole in a wall with his hands, and then comes through that hole twice.
And they thought that shot was so good. They're
For an
going to use
opening
it at the
shot!
beginning and the end. It's going to bookend every episode.
It's two separate occasions. There's two sets that he blasts through.
It's not even the
He
same
does it
shot.
twice.
Was this before Kool-Aid Man did this?
No, Kool-Aid Man was already going. Are you
Okay,
kidding me?
all
That
right.
guy's been smashing through walls since the 60s.
Okay.
Credit where
I
credit's
also
due.
don't want to sidetrack us, but everyone should now go onto YouTube and look up the clip of the Shockmaster in wrestling. It's one of the most famous wrestling blunders ever.
Are you trying to get people banned from YouTube?
Not Shocker Master.
No,
that is
Shock-
a different website.
Okay,
That's a
just
completely
the
not.
It's a wrestler who
Shock Master.
blasts through a wall. This wrestler was just a giant dude. I know way more about it than I'm going to tell you, but he had a helmet that was spray painted with glitter. It was just a stormtrooper helmet with like purple
Great.
glitter on it.
Right, yeah.
And he busts through a wall, but when they created the wall, the carpenter put a crossbeam at the bottom, so he just fucking trips forward and the helmet falls off. And I think you can even hear Ric Flair or somebody go, "Oh, Jesus Christ, he fell down."
That's the other thing about this show is that Frankenstein not only does he have to blast a hole that him shaped through, he obviously wearing giant platform shoes. They do not hide the fact that he is on these 5-inch lifts.
And it really shines
it's
in
like
Act
Robert
3.
De Niro shoes when he's filming.
Yeah.
And his forehead is also a lift, and it's a different color than his face.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get into. Let's save his awkward movement for the climactic fight in Act 3.
At the end of the song, it says they're making up for their past misbehaving, which is murder? Because, Frankenstein
obviously.
murdered a
They
kid.
all murder.
Right.
Yeah.
Famously threw a
If
little girl
Dracula
into
is
it.
alive, he's got to keep murdering in
Exactly.
order
He has
to
no
live.
choice. He has no choice. Is he going to live on hamster blood, Casey? Is that what you're suggesting?
No.
Frankenstein, as we see later in the show, you just need to charge him up with some electricity to get him going.
Right, yeah.
I just wouldn't call murder misbehaving.
Well,
then,
this is not the 1970s, Casey.
Yeah, you don't get it.
This is a very different time.
In Act 1, all Frank can pick up on his little radio is a bee-like buzzing noise. Dracula returns from the blood bank with a bee that stung him but didn't die. And then the encyclopedia says that's impossible. So Walt puts the bee into the crime computer. So there's a specialized compartment on the computer for insect analyzer.
This is yet again another Batman throwover.
Yes. Right.
Instead of
Clearly a
having an
Batman.
entire Bat cave, they've got a basement in the Wax Museum that has one singular computer that does literally everything. It even has a secret radio station for government radios only.
That's the best joke of the whole. The secret,
It's great.
the delivery on it, the string of secrets is just. It's the most well-written joke of the entire show.
It really is.
But I love that there's not like a bee analyzer would be too specific. There's a generalized insect analyzer.
Yeah.
So Walt could put any kind of insect.
It's
in
a crime computer.
You know what it reminded me of? Do you
Please.
remember the old Scrabble game show where they would take the letter and put it into a compartment? And when I was a kid, anything like that, buttons or putting a block into a slot and it made
Like an
made the
8-track
noise.
cassette?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, cool. You put the bee in the crime computer, and it translates the bees, what the bee is saying. Bees of the world attack. You have nothing to lose but your stingers. The Monster Squad realizes that this is a scout bee sent ahead of the rest of the armada. and they have to
a
discover.
Girl Scout or a Boy Scout.
That's
Why does it
joke.
matter? It does to them.
It's got the cadence of a joke.
So this is my question. My first thing that I wrote down is, what is Frankenstein's accent? Like, where is Frankenstein
He's
from?
from Dumminsburg.
Dummelsvania.
Dumbvania.
I kept thinking how if you had just put a leather jacket on him, he would be Frankie Ramone, because he looks and sounds like one of the Ramones.
Yeah, okay. That would have been better.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool.
They realized
lovable dope.
Yeah, that's all he's doing, and just the bare minimum of that.
Did you guys notice that Dracula trips coming down the stairs?
Yes, I wrote it down. Yeah, his entrance, they didn't even do a second take. He looks back at the step that he fell on.
You don't think he did it as a comedic choice? You don't think
it's a for real trip, and they just kept going, and they were like,
they did one take. They did a single take.
I'm telling you, this whole show cost they probably submitted. Folks, we'll do it for $2,500 for an entire season.
Yeah,
we will.
Oh. And I also have to ask the question, because they say that bees don't swarm at night. Is that true? Is that a true statement?
I don't.
Amber, we're going by what the crime computer says.
I don't think. I wouldn't trust anything. I think it says whatever the plot needs it to say.
There's a crime computer in the basement of Fred's Wax Museum that is saying these words.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also just be related. I just saw a video on Instagram where I did not know this. I always thought if a bee stings you, that's it. It's over.
You pee on it. Yeah.
That's true.
Pee on the bee.
But they
as punishment, you pee on.
That's why they put them in urinals now.
But this guy got stung by a bee, and he just kept very calm. And the bee unscrewed his stinger from his arm and was able to fly away to live another day.
They're evolving.
Wow.
They're becoming smarter and more efficient.
Thank God.
Yeah, I think generally it's barbed in a way that it will damage the bee beyond.
Yes, it basically rips their
Pulls out its
abdomen
guts,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I have another question about the crime computer.
Yeah.
I feel like it burps after something comes out of it.
That's a joke. That's also a joke. Yes. Okay. It spits out some information and then it makes a burping noise.
Okay, great. Just making sure.
And
They
then
were really trying to sell. They were hoping to sell some crime computer toys.
it would be a button you could push on the toy and it would do a burp.
They were really hoping. Dracula's funny. I feel like Dracula's the best of the monsters.
Oh, for sure. If you want to go for delivery and being a funny version of Dracula, he at least is.
These are all obviously stage actors.
He's very charming. Dracula's very charming.
Everything is big and broad and silly and giant, which is great. But even the trip, it doesn't trip him up. You know what I mean? He trips and he keeps going with it. He just sort of looks back at it and keeps going.
So how would you rate the three monsters? Clearly, Dracula's the best. He's putting on the best.
Yeah, and then
show.
Wolfman and then Frankenstein.
Yeah, okay. You're putting Frank at the bottom.
Of course, he's an idiot. He's terrible.
And the costume restricts him in a way that he can't be funny in it, obviously.
And it's funny that Frankenstein's after the wolf, because the wolf barely talks.
Right,
Yeah, he sleeps on the floor like a dog.
The Dracula did remind me a lot of the Dracula on SCTV. That I think it was Joe Flaherty's Dracula.
Count Floyd?
Count Floyd.
Count Floyd, who was also the news anchor. Floyd, that was always arguing with Gene Levy's square news anchor.
Oh,
It was the same, it was the same character that would do which was often the case. It was usually a weatherman that would be your horror host.
That's awesome. Where is the Rob Zombie song about the Monster Squad van?
Right, yeah, there isn't one. I think it's lacking in all departments where Batman shined. Choreography, basic script writing, character development, the whole 9 yards. Okay, cut to Queen Bee. Okay, let's get to Alice Ghostly and her storied career in Hollywood and television. I know her from Bewitched, the old Bewitched. She played Esmeralda in a bunch of episodes of Bewitched.
Yep.
But she has been in everything since 1951. Her career, she started in 1951 all the way up to the 2000s. Like that's
pretty great.
All of television history happens in that. Before that, it's like
early television, she was just one of the famous comedians that appeared in all this stuff.
yeah. So if you grew up at
She's
even
in
like
Grease, the movie Grease.
Yep,
She's
she
the
plays-
shop teacher.
Yeah. So she's
Yeah,
been
she's
in
brilliant.
everything, and you've seen
And
her in something.
let's not forget Designing Women. She was in Designing Women.
Oh yeah.
She all the way up to she's in I think 2 episodes.
Who was
of
she in?
Design.
She's
Designing
brilliant. She's
Women.
brilliant in this for what it is. You know what I mean?
Oh.
She's giving it her full Alice Ghostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say that what I love is that the very first woman that we see in this show is an older woman. And she's the only woman we see in the show. And I was like, you know what? I appreciate that. She's not some little tart.
No.
Showing
And
up
she's
in
the
Monster
she's the
Squad.
main villain. She's
I mean,
like,
She's
they
great.
picked her for her delivery. Clearly, like that's why she's playing a cartoony villain, and it's not about.
That's great.
And it's-
even as a
yeah.
kid, everybody loved Alice Ghostly. Like if she appeared in something, you gave it more of a chance than you normally would because you loved her.
I'm
Everybody
saying
loved
that
her.
for Alice, when she got this, she was like, this is a dream role. Because that's how I would have felt. Was
Okay.
playing Queen Bee would have been a dream
I'm
role.
telling you, I bet they had it lined up for Batman. I'll bet if there was a season 4 of that show, they would have been like, Queen Bee, you're in, and then it didn't happen, and then William D'Angelo was just like, I'll get you in there. I'll get you
this
in
is-
there somewhere.
This is when Batman was like, we don't even care if it's a Batman villain or not. I don't know. It's Alice Ghostly in a bee costume. Okay?
Well, yeah, and here's the thing. It's like, so since we're already here,
Yeah.
so we know the bees have given their message, attack.
Right.
But what's the goal?
Her list of she gives a list of demands, Lucky.
Yes.
And the
But
demands
what are they?
that she intends to be the queen of the universe.
Yeah.
And then that's all we ever learn of her demands. We learn no other demands, but there is
Just
this
an honorary title?
she wants the
Seems
governments
pretty easy to whip up at your local print shop.
she wants the governments of the world to capitulate and decree that she's queen of the universe.
Of the universe.
But they keep referring to these list of demands that we don't know what they are. Like if I don't get what I want, my bees will attack.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I wrote down. I was like, I'm so confused what the
lady,
bad
what do
guys
you
want.
We
Yeah,
get
what do
some
they
good-
want?
We get some good mileage out of the Liechtenstein jokes, though. I mean,
I-
they bring that up a couple of
I
times.
wrote a note about this. What is that? What?
No idea.
I
just
looked
think
it up.
It's a
No.
funny name of a country, I believe.
A funny name, and it's a tiny, tiny country. So
I looked it up, and so at some point there was an attempted coup d'état in Liechtenstein where the Nazis tried to take over the local government of Liechtenstein. Before this happened in 1939, before they came to power and started World War II. So maybe it's just a way
I mean,
of
it
saying
was
like,
funny to make fun of World War II in the 70s.
they suck, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know, Liechtenstein sucks.
I also have to say that I thought the Queen Bee costume was fantastic. And
Yep,
if I
it's great.
could, I would absolutely love to cosplay as Queen Bee and go
Yeah.
to a con where nobody knew had no idea what I was.
Yeah.
What I was.
You're
So
like,
were
yeah.
her little her henchmen, whatever the
Yeah, they were
spelling
great.
and what's
The
the other Bumble.
painting in the widow's peak on their face did so much.
Their
to
their
make them
painted their
look like
faces
bees.
are huge stage like makeup, like almost kabuki.
So if we can say anything, some of the costuming approached Batman level.
100%.
quality.
The villains, 100%.
Yeah.
Uh,
But poor Frank, he couldn't do anything.
I also feel like I think it was Spelling Bee has the only line that made me laugh
Okay.
was when he got on the radio and said, "What's buzzin', cousin?" It was delivered perfectly.
Both the
Finally-
bee henchmen, and this is also like, I don't know, it's been going on for quite some time, but it was very fun to have just sort of openly.
Right.
It's the old pansy
Flamboyant.
stereo, like from the early 30s, where they're like every film had sort of this character that was just outrageously gay.
Yeah.
And Spelling Bee is such a priss.
Yeah,
And
he's
it's
great.
so brilliant and so funny, and they're both great. It's so shticky.
Casey
I
mentioned-
would have watched a full series of the Bees.
Right.
If they would have given me that show,
If
A
she was the
spin-off.
hero, the hero of the show.
The
of her
Beasleys.
trying to become the queen of the universe, it would be fucking brilliant.
Casey mentioned that Alice Ghostley's delivery is very Paul Lynde-esque. She has a very kind of. That's great. It works really well. It works well with those two.
That
guys.
whole gang. I bet her and Paul Lynde fucking were drinking buddies. I'll bet they were best friends.
At the end of this act, we go back to Squad HQ where they release the captive Scout Bee. So Dracula can follow it back to the Queen's Hive, wherever it's going back.
This is where we learn that, oh my God, that really is Dracula and not a wax dummy come to life.
He has Dracula powers, and this is going to be important later on. He has the full powers of Dracula, which are many and vast. He's a powerful
That brings
vampire.
me back to Act 1, which we introduced Where's Dracula, and Frankenstein says he's at the blood bank, and Fred Grandy's like, why so late? And it's like, Fred Grandy, you dumb idiot.
Yeah.
Because he's a vampire. That's
he has to exist at night.
and it's a blood bank. It's not going to be open during the day.
Well, he was confused. He didn't know that they had Transylvania hours. So it's not only was it a punchline.
Such a bad joke.
It also
it's like one of these writers let their kids write the jokes.
It's like
so it wasn't in Transylvania, but it kept Transylvania hours, is what they were suggesting. Okay.
Right. Unrelated to there being a Dracula in town.
Do we know what town we're in?
No, they don't. I don't know. We do see that exterior shot where they're like on the phone. It's such a.
And then here's a question:
like we got to shoot 5 of these here at this phone booth. Knock them out. Here's episode 1.
It's just like, here's this. Okay, episode 2.
All right, what do you got before we end Act 1?
What is Fred Grandy's character's name? I do not know.
It's Walt.
Walt.
His character's name is Walt. Fred Grandy as Walt, the night watchman at Fred's Wax Museum. This segment is called Movie Monster Sound Effect and Music Identification Test, or the MMSEMI Test for short.
How can you choose just one? They're all so good.
MMSEMI.
They all roll off the tongue so well.
All right, Lucky.
Yes, that's me.
I will play various sounds and music clips for you. You must identify from sound alone the famous movie monster or horror franchise that this sound is associated with.
Okay.
Lucky gets first guess, but if you fail, Casey could come in and steal for you.
You can come in and steal.
All right.
I am famously a scaredy cat, and I don't watch a lot of modern horror. I have went back and watched some classic stuff, and it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, okay. Well, perfect phone from home contestant. All right, Lucky, while we're playing this...
On the line, we've got Casey. What city you call from, Casey?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, shout out Atlanta!
I love... we watch The Price is Right. We watch the old Bob Barker Price is Right on Pluto TV. And, man, the phone at home game when it's like 2 old ladies trying to help each other. Man, it's so great. I wear peas around here, cause like to... It's great. Okay. Lucky, for the purposes of this game, I'm going to bring up some clips from YouTube, but you must agree not to use your eyes. You must close your eyes and only use your ears. If you have like a sleeping mask or...
I'm going to turn around away from my computer screen.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm turned around!
So I'm going to... And I should do the same, yes?
Oh, yes, Casey, I'm going to trust that you are also...
I can just bring my mic over here, but I'm not looking at the computer screen. I'm only audio-wise.
Please tell me what movie monster you heard the sound of.
Yeah, that was Frankenstein from the original Frankenstein movie when he is almost... He thinks he's going... There's a little girl named Maria that her father, who's like a shepherd or something... leaves her alone. He's got to run into town for something. So he leaves her alone at the house to play right near the pond.
I'm going to award Lucky 2 bolts for guessing Boris Karloff and that it was
2
Frankenstein.
bolts. All right.
Let's move on to the next one. We're going to have... Nice. What famous monster or franchise is this sound associated with?
It's Gojira, as we Americans call him, Godzilla.
Okay, yeah, from the original 1954.
From 1954?
I'm going to give you full radioactive points on that for getting the original Gojira from 1954.
It was like a cello, but played like backwards. It was something like
So in my research, there's like 6, and they're slightly different that happen in that original. They're all like not exactly the same, but they all have that distinctive like reverse thing at the beginning that's so iconic.
It's a brilliant roar.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Roar.
Lucky,
Yeah.
tell me what famous movie, monster, or franchise this sound is associated with.
Are we just going by that laugh? Is it that
That's
laugh?
what you get. You get the laugh, and then there was a bit of a sound effect at the end. There was also a clue.
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say Freddy Krueger.
You are correct, sir. Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Well
was
done.
that his claws raking across like lockers
It's-
or something?
Yeah, it's when he gets. It's one of his first appearances. His arms get really wide. It's down an alleyway. That movie also the girl he's chasing in that movie is the girl from Better Off Dead. She's the girl that John Cusack's character is obsessed with in Better Off Dead. Those are her two big film roles.
I never saw Nightmare on Elm Street because I was too scared. But I just recently saw just the end of Nightmare on Elm Street, and I was like, this is like a Looney Tunes fight. Like him turning on the lamp and it exploding. I'm like, should I watch this? Because it's corny and campy as fuck.
80s horror by today's standards is so silly.
I
The
might
reason
have to
why
watch
we
it.
liked it is because Freddy Krueger was funny. He would
funny.
joke and it was campy.
When the first one came out, it was genuinely shocking because
It's scary too, man.
He's a gruesome guy. He came in your dreams, and I think there was like something like more blood in it than had ever been in a film before, something like that.
So you got that one. I'm going to give you 5 claws on that.
5 claws. Okay, I got 2 bolts and 5 claws.
Yeah, and a full radioactive modifier.
4 energies. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to give you a radioactive modifier. What movie, monster, or famous franchise is this sound associated with? That's all you get.
Whoa.
That was it?
That's it.
Can you play it again?
I can. Here it is again.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to pass. I'm gonna have to pass this one to Casey.
All right, Casey, swoop in for the steal.
No.
Okay.
It's a tough one.
I'm going to make a real wild guess. Again, something I haven't seen. But I remember the commercials for the movie. Phantasmagoria? Like, didn't he have like a ball of metal that shot across and stuff?
You're talking about the movie franchise Phantasm.
Oh, Phantasm. That's it. Phantasm.
And no, this is not from that. This is a really hard one. Yeah, you can turn. It is Bella. This is Bela Lugosi from the 1931 Dracula film. It was a really deep cut.
Indeed.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I really thought it was a swish of a metal
So did
ball
like a
going.
blade or
Yeah,
something.
blade.
I thought
Yeah.
it was like,
all
is
right,
that like
all right. It was
Jason's
okay. I get it. Maybe I made that one. Maybe I made it a little too hard.
Okay, man, that's a good deep cut.
I'll
awesome.
accept that. That was a really hard one, but I'm afraid I cannot award any points for that one.
No
I
What
think
stakes.
would we have gotten? Bloods?
You'd have gotten two neck marks.
2 neck marks. Well, I'm glad I didn't get them then.
But then you'd live forever, be forever young.
Nah, I'd be on the hook. I'd be on the hook to Bela Lugosi. And he's
How are
a
your
junkie.
maggots?
What?
You're eating
Oh,
maggots.
I thought this was Chinese food.
It's just rice, Lucky. It's just
Oh,
rice.
how can a billion Chinese be wrong?
I do
How
love
are
that.
your worms?
What? No, this was lo mein.
All right, excellent work so far. Thank you for playing along. A few more. What movie, monster, or famous franchise is this sound associated with? That's what you get.
Yeah, that's the Halloween. That's
Okay.
Michael Myers' theme song from the
Excellent.
Halloween. John
It is.
Carpenter.
Can
John
you tell
Carpenter's
me
Halloween.
which Halloween movie it's from? It's from a specific one. You'll get extra points.
Which that sting. That
It could be from the very first one. It could just be. We all know famously.
I'm going to go with Halloween 2.
Ooh, nicely done. Spin back around. You
Nice.
nailed it, Halloween 2. Famously, John Carpenter does all of his own music.
Yes.
That's why everything has 3 notes in it.
Yep.
But for this, it really works. It's really famous.
It did sound
really
a little higher in register than.
Yeah, it sounded like you got $50 more for production.
I picked it from 2 because it is very more. It's more distinct. He really dials into it on Halloween 2. All right, well done.
Did you know that one, Casey, offhand?
I did. I did, and I probably would have guessed Halloween 2.
But also
as well.
because you are alive during the Halloween season where it's used constantly.
All right, now this, depending, might be a deep cut. I'm going to put this at a medium hard difficulty.
I can't wait.
What famous monster or movie franchise is this sound associated with? All right, you want to hear it again?
Yeah, it's a good howl. I'm going to say American Werewolf in London.
Nailed it.
Nice!
Okay.
What's up?
I'm going to give you 4 helicopter blades on that one.
Stay away from the Moors.
Yeah, man. The Dr. Pepper guy.
Now, I have also recently watched this, and
An American Werewolf in London?
Great.
Yeah,
it is
a
one of
couple-
my all-time favorite films. Casey, please tell me what you thought.
a couple of years ago I watched it, and I remember distinctly my parents renting it and saying, "You want to watch this with us, Casey?" And I watched.
How old were you?
Whenever it came out on video. So if it came out, say, like 82, 83 on video, I would have been like 8 or 9. And they're like, "You want to watch with us?" And I'm like, "Sure." And
Undead Nazis will never storm our house.
a minute
and gun
into
us
the
down.
movie, there's a howl, and I'm like, "I'm out." And I just like went into my room and played. So I had never watched it. It holds up.
Great, man.
It's
I
great.
love it.
Griffin Dunn decomposing throughout the film is so brilliant.
He's so great. Just the psychological hard time he gives to poor
it's so
Mr.
good.
Kessler.
I didn't know how funny it was going to be. It's very funny.
It's a John Landis film. It's got John Landis all through and through. Frank Oz. It's a good John Landis movie when Frank Oz makes a guest appearance. And he's like the U.S. consulate. He's like, "Mr. Kessler, you can't act this way, Mr." It's so I love it. I love Frank Oz.
It's great.
I have headcanon that the lady in this also is the star of another show called Call the Midwife, where she plays one of the head nuns at a monastery. My headcanon is that she had this werewolf experience and then went on and lived a life as a nun, helping
never
deliver
a man. I'm never. I fell in love once.
She couldn't
and
get
that
past.
is, I'm devoting
David
myself
Kessler.
to Jesus from now on.
Yeah, even though it doesn't line up time wise, but that's my.
We don't know. This is a universe where werewolves exist.
Yeah, maybe she went back in time. Okay, I'm going to queue up the next one.
Yep.
Ooh, another one of my favorites.
All right.
Lucky, please tell me what famous movie, monster, or film franchise this sound is associated with.
Oh man, I don't know, but I love it. Wait, can you play it again? just so I
I'd
can
love
hear
to.
it?
All right, yeah, hold on, let me find it again.
Oh man,
Any guesses?
I don't. I wish I knew.
Okay, all right, we're gonna dish to Casey then. Casey, you got a guess on this guy?
Is it from Ghostbusters?
It's not from Ghostbusters. This is the space kook from Scooby-Doo.
Oh!
Damn it!
Well done.
famous
Well done.
space-
Damn it! He's so great. That's such a great shriek.
Okay, sorry, cannot award any points for that
Oh,
one.
I am disappointed in myself.
All right, I've got 2 more. Lucky, tell me what movie, monster, or famous franchise this sound is associated with. All right, what do you got for me?
I don't know. Can you play it again?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know.
Go for
All
it,
right.
Casey, because
All right,
I do
Casey,
not.
swoop in for the steal.
Is it Chucky?
It is Chucky.
Oh, Oh, I've never seen one of those
Can
films.
you tell me which Chucky film it's from for bonus points?
Child's Play 3.
I'm sorry, it's from Child's Play 2, Bride of Chucky. I believe that's
Hold
2.
on. Bride of
maybe
Chucky came in 2?
I'm not sure. It's from Bride of Chucky. That might be 3. We'll check on it. I'm gonna give you points.
Give them
for it,
extra points.
All right, I'm gonna give you 2 animatronic dolls for that.
Nice.
One for Chucky, one for his bride. Can you tell me who played his bride?
I can. But I forgot her name.
Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly plays
The
yes, the
incomparable.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, now a great poker player.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
Brad Dourif was Chucky the whole time, was he not?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's Peter DeBreeze from the original Dune. Yes. Yeah, he's great. Okay, final one, Lucky. Please tell me, turn around. Please tell me what famous monster or movie franchise this sound is associated for the final round. All right.
That's Jason.
Okay, can you
That's
give me
Jason's,
specifically which film that one came from?
Yeah, it's Friday the 13th Part 2?
I'm sorry, it's the original from 1985.
It is, when it's not even Jason doing the murders.
Right, spin
It's
around.
the mother.
Spin around, if you would.
It's the mother.
Wow.
There she is.
There she is.
But then it really gets good in part 2. That's where.
Yeah, Part 2 is where it's at.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
They
I can,
really
Yeah, I
developed
just
it.
always associated with Jason.
I can hear the
didn't realize that
glow
they
up
were-
in that sound
Yeah.
effect.
You got it though. I'm going to give you full butcher knife for that score.
Hot damn.
All right, Lucky. Thank you. You have you got most of them. Let me stop sharing, Jason.
Oh, yeah. There were a couple we had to give up on.
In the end, you got
I'm
2
sad about
bolts.
Space Kook.
2 bolts, 5 claws. You got 1 Kirk Halloween mask, fully painted William Shatner Halloween mask. 4 helicopter blades in honor of John Landis. Casey got 2 animatronic dolls. I hope good luck with those. I hope they don't both come to life. And then finally, you wrapped it up with a full butcher knife, and well done. Thanks for playing Movie Monster Sound or Sound Effect franchise game.
I can't wait to see how the semifinals and finals go.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I got a bracket of just one person going so far, so we'll see. So far, you're in the lead.
This is
Lucky.
exciting.
And now we're back for the second half of our episode. All right, Act 2, back at Queen Bee's hive. The UN has met to vote on the Queen Bee's list of outrageous demands, which, again, we don't ever hear what they are. We kind of covered this a little bit at the end of Act 1. The scout bee comes in and warns them that the monster squad is onto them when Dracula himself awkwardly shows up. Then Dracula offers assistance. He offers the assistance of the insects that he claims to control, which are wasps, hornets, yellow jackets, gnats, moths, and big flying green things. Is that a power that Dracula has? Does Dracula have control over insects?
I mean, it's sometimes rats.
Yeah,
I think, or you can turn into 1,000 rats or something. I'm not
Okay.
even sure what the rats thing is.
So lore-wise, that might be on the table, that he can control...
It would be thinkable if you're like in universe, he can control insects.
Okay.
Sure.
To
But
me,
not
I
bees.
thought it was a bluff. I thought he was bluffing.
Well, and here's the whole thing about this. Genius. The
Okay,
whole
we're back to
Dracula-
genius on this show now.
This is genius. The whole Dracula
that's
Queen
why I
Bee
want- okay.
situation. Not only is it stuffed to capacity with bee jokes and honey jokes, the whole thing is a honeypot. Dracula is doing a honeypot,
Yes.
seducing Queen
Wow.
Bee. Like it goes, this whole segment goes so deep that I'm like,
Okay.
this show is fucking brilliant.
Okay.
And also the worst thing ever filmed.
Okay, all right, I totally see. I can see how this scene, they were like, okay, you guys nailed
And
it
it's
with
so
this scene.
overstuffed with bee and honey gags and jokes, and this is where
I think the reason why he lists off those things are so
Because-
that actor can do it in a funny way. He delivers the.
he's amazing.
Nat's
He and
back-
Ghostly
right.
together are amazing.
Yeah, they really shine in this scene, and the big flying green things, like they both like really sink their teeth into that.
The scene gets very sexual, which is awesome.
Then we go back to Squad HQ. The UN is still voting, and they try to send a message to Drac using their computer's beeper. They learn that Drac is gonna double cross the Queen, and her two henchmen pick up Dracula and manhandle him into the honey vat and throw Dracula into the. So if this is Dracula, why just like kill the bees? Like, what is he? Why did two
This
drones?
is okay. This goes into my. What exactly is Alice Ghostly and her two henchmen? Are they humans?
Right, because
Yeah.
Are they giant
bees
bees?
come that are
Okay.
tiny, so it's like a good question.
Are they?
That's
are
a
they
great- that's a
somewhere
great
in the
solution.
middle? Are they this different ruling
If
class of bees?
if they have relative bee strength, then they're super strong. Those
Yeah.
two bees could just wrench up a Dracula and throw him into some honey. I would buy that.
Yeah, this segment got me into the whole like, okay, and I don't know what these characters are supposed to be.
Right.
You know what I
Have
mean? Like
whatever.
in the Batman universe, henchmen, they would just have masks. They always had their names on their shirts, but
Right.
they would either have a mask or something that just said, I'm a dumb henchman. These guys have full makeup that would make you think that maybe they're part B.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're stronger than a Dracula.
Than
I
a
also
vampire.
have to say that the honey is chunky in a way that I don't understand.
And
Well,
a color
we
that
don't-
doesn't look like honey either.
We also don't. We're not quite sure what they're doing because they give her some from the pot of honey later,
Right.
and she
that's-
says more oregano.
That's the
And so
oregano
this
that's floating
is.
on
Yeah,
top
we
of
don't
the
know.
honey.
We don't know what else is in there.
No, they didn't want to have a viscous thing, so it's water with some weird foam
foam.
Some
floating.
chunks,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
foam
foam.
chunks.
That may be the royal jelly. And remember, this is honey.
Okay.
There could just be floating chunks of wax.
Oh,
in
I
there.
remember that it's honey.
Good point.
It's part of it. It's broken down cell walls. from
Oh,
there.
baby, this show gets so weird.
Right. So,
quickly.
we cut away from Dracula and the Honey to our first shots of the Monster Squad van, of the monster van. It pulls out of a cool hidden like alleyway. There's like a thing that comes up, and it's like clearly Batman.
It's coming out of it's exactly.
And I know we're really digging into this show, but it made me think about all of my favorite shows that are that either have a vehicle as a hero or have a character that's clearly a vehicle.
The vehicle is absolutely its own character in every show that has a vehicle.
Well, I would say Knight Rider, A-Team again on the. But then we got
The
Magnum.
Batmobile is a
Right,
sort of a character.
It's not alive, but
No.
it's a character.
The Green Hornet, which was also a Batman
famous
spin-off, only one season.
But then there's even-
it had Black Beauty, and it came out of there was a billboard of two people kissing.
Right,
whatever ad it was an ad for, and the two people kissing would separate, and the car would come
nice.
out of it, and they'd go back to kissing.
Classic, right? Yeah, stolen
Airwolf.
by Batman. But yeah, well,
Airwolf?
there's also a whole series of shows where it doesn't have powers. Well, Airwolf is close. It's like a badass helicopter. But
Yeah.
Riptide had a pink
Riptide.
helicopter.
I'm gonna say Riptide, Magnum PI, Hardcastle, and McCormick.
Yeah,
They just
man.
like the car or the vehicle is just a character in the show,
Yeah,
and it's just a
Rockford.
cool. Yeah, Rockford had the. It was like a
Firebird.
a gold Firebird.
Yeah.
the old Rockford Files. So yeah. Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, I didn't know what the Confederate flag
Every
was. when I was a
character
kid.
had a car character with them. Daisy
I
had
had
her
the-
white Jeep. Cooter had his.
I had them
truck.
all from Ertl. I had all
Yeah.
of the cars.
Enos had his cop car that kept getting wrecked.
The
Boss Hog had his
Cadillac.
big Cadillac
Yep.
with the fucking bullhorns on it.
Yes,
It was great. That was a great car show.
Right. I didn't know what the Confederate flag was. It was meaningless to me.
Dude, back then it was just, they're from the South. That's all it meant.
I didn't
there
even
wasn't
know,
the today's hang up about it.
I didn't
then.
understand bootlegging. I was like, well, clearly the cops are the bad guys. Like, they're corrupt. Like, I don't know. My little kid brain was like, I don't know. Those are just bad guy cops. And these poor country boys that can't catch a break. But I didn't know. Like, there's a whole southern layer that I didn't get as a kid growing up in suburban Delaware. Totally lost.
But also, they weren't layering it that thick. It was a schlocky TV show for families.
Oh, one last thing about Knight Rider. I've been rewatching Knight Rider. And man, the writers of Knight Rider really bend over backwards to find a way that a car can save the day. And there's only so many ways that Kit can jump from one building to another to defeat bad guys. Like that.
I will return to the 1970s because I'm pretty sure it was on by this point. If it wasn't, it would have been right around this time in 76. Okay. That Wonder Bug was one of the Croft Super Show segments. It was one of my favorites. Wow. And it was a group of teens in a dune buggy that when they honked this one horn, it was like, and then the car would become a fucking supercar. Why they didn't just leave it a supercar is beyond me.
Right, just always have
instead of it going.
That's the problem when Kit gets upgraded. I could talk about. We can do a separate bonus episode about rewatching Knight Rider. But again, Kit gets upgraded needlessly. He's already a super computer car. All right, so that's the end of Act 2. But it ends. He fights the bear. He gets put in a thing with a bear, and it's just obviously like the hero is in peril at the end of the act.
I just have to say that I wrote down that everything is labeled. Like everything, it's like bear enclosure, and also the bear enclosure is just like a carnival booth. Like there's just one railing that is enclosing this bear in the bear enclosure.
Here's the deal with the bear.
Oh, please tell me what the deal with the bear is.
This whole scene is very sexual. First, there's the Dracula seduction of Queen Bee. He tries to seduce her in the honey pot. And then she eventually doesn't buy it, or he pisses her off or whatever, and then she has him dunked in the honey. Dunked in the honey, 2, throw him in with the bear.
Right, because the bear's going to do what?
We think eat him.
Well, she says lick. They mention licking the honey.
He's going to lick. He is going to lick.
Yeah, the honey off of
Dracula. He puts him in there.
And then the assumption is that he's going to get licked so hard that he'll die.
I don't know that is ever implied. I think it's just this bear is going to lick you, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Okay, all right.
Because there's a point where Dracula turns to the camera and makes a sort of like, oh, like he's getting maybe a little hoo-hoo.
Maybe this isn't so bad after all.
That's the other thing. Is Dracula is very much, this is a hilarious thing that Adam Reed and I were recently laughing about, is Dino. Have you ever seen the initial appearance of Dino in the Flintstones? The Flintstones dog. He's a wild dogosaurus or whatever the fuck he is.
Right, like
Snarkosaurus or something like that.
Okay,
They go to hunt, and then it outsmarts Fred and Barney, and then they bring him home as a dog. Dino talked, and he had kind of that, almost that Gazoo, sort of a dum-dum, like, oh, get a load of me, and now I'm doing housework. Kind of a thing. And Dracula is that same kind of, it's campy. It's not quite Camp Gay, but it's somewhere in that.
Okay, you two, well, get
all
to
right, you. And he gets that way in this bear enclosure with the fucking bear licking him. He's like, oh. It's like, oh my God, what is happening?
But at least that makes sense, because if it is truly Dracula, he could just kill a bear. Like,
or just turn into a bat. Well, I guess he said it would make his
He's
wings
got
all
honey.
He's
so
got honey on him. He can't
fly away.
transform.
He said, yeah.
But Dracula's stronger than a bear, but he's so enticed by the sexual aspect of it.
He could also turn into a wolf or a mist.
Right, he doesn't kill the bear. And then that's the end of Act 2. That's our big cliffhanger. Our heroes.
It's the best act in the show. Much like Empire Strikes Back is the best of the three.
Yeah, because Act 3 is really a mess. But let's try to get through it. Act 3. Queen Bee
Act 3 just shits the bed.
She continues to.
Wait, let's go back to the van. Can we go back to the van? Because we never see the van again.
Right.
We only see the van blast through a wall, and then we see here that it's Frankenstein and Wolfman that show up.
They show up, yes, and
which means one of them drives.
Yeah, if you see Bruce driving in that shot, in the one shot, you see white sleeves and a vest.
Which then again, say, okay, if these are wax dummies come to life, how do they know how to drive? Or if they are these legendary creatures.
Yes, it is a man who got bit by a werewolf in the past.
But
Making
if we're
up
going
name
by
Bruce.
classic Universal, this is a time of carts and such. I don't know that vans or super vans were a
You're
part of
saying
them.
he shouldn't know how to drive. Amber, you're trying
My
to say something. What is
theory
it?
was that
Okay.
that they have this one shot of the van that they use in every episode.
Yes.
So it's like they can just plug that in because you never see the van.
Have any of you gone beyond episode 1?
No.
I skipped
I can't
around a
wait.
little bit when I was selecting an episode.
Last night
for
I
it.
was tempted, but I was like, I'm gonna not do it
It's
before this
clearly
one
one
'cause
shot.
it'll just ruin it.
They shot it once. There's a scene where they're at a phone on a street corner next to the van. Those were shot at the exact same
right.
time. You know
Right,
they
they're on a-
shot them all at the same time.
If they're not taking another take for Dracula stumbling down the stairs, they're not doing multiple takes of the van.
You get one
Exactly.
chance. So Frank and Bruce show up in the most Scooby-Doo way possible. Like they, just because they're wearing beekeeper hats, the bees completely forget that it's fucking Frankenstein and a werewolf standing in the doorway. They're like, oh, well, we didn't arrange.
We
for
didn't
it."
order this, but okay.
And it's just long enough for them to get inside. It's so dumb. And I'm going to describe the fight as sparse and also needlessly jumbled. Like it was, nothing was happening, and also too many actions were happening at the same time.
And this goes down to like, this is obviously third act Batman script. This is where the fight would
This
happen.
is in no way a Batman fight. Batman fights
No,
were like
because-
a ballet. They were.
They were, and that's what I wrote.
There
That's
was
why I wrote, this is
dancing
the
and-
both brilliant and the shittiest thing ever put on television because they
Okay.
put work into those Batman fights with both choreography,
Right,
somebody figuring out how the fight was going to work, and the way they shot it. It was different clips and different things.
I don't
and when
know,
there was
man.
a
Let's
sock, there was,
take
there
all
was
that.
a thing.
Take all that, throw it away, do it in one shot with two cameras.
this is
one
right.
follows Frank around
and
'cause he's
everybody just
hilarious.
go at once. It's like it's basically a ballet scene at Dad's garage. when
I
you're improvising
wrote
it,
in my
where everybody's
notes-
just bouncing around and somebody's trying to. Over there is this.
I wrote in my notes that it was a bad improv
Yeah,
fight scene.
it is.
on
It's just
stage.
terrible.
I've
It's
been
like
in that
everybody
improv
go,
fight scene.
and then we'll just put cameras on and we'll edit it.
But it really does shine a light on how this was just not the same as Batman. They did it.
And then they keep
once.
cutting to Dracula, who's getting chased around and
Was
starting to like it.
Frank tickling the bear?
At some point, he does tickle the bear, which would have been a funny bit. Like that, maybe that's how he defeats the bear. But
Okay.
again, why doesn't Frankenstein just rip a bear in half? Like you're
And
Frankenstein.
also, is the hump on the bear's back the human's head inside?
That's where his poor head was, and then it came down, and then there was like below where that person could see was a real, like
And they
taxidermy
did not
bear
have the
face.
budget to give that man a big bird-like mini monitor inside his bear costume.
no, he
It
could
was
not
just he was
see.
flying blind and just doing this, and all he could do is walk back and forth in that cage. Well, here's
What do you
okay. At some point during the fight, Queen Bee, played by the genius Alice Ghostley, pulls out her scepter is suddenly electrical.
Oh right,
It has
Yeah.
shock powers. It's like
Yeah.
a cattle prod.
yeah. It
She
is
had
one of
used
the best.
she had used the shock powers
Yeah,
on,
she
on
had.
It was set up.
spelling. Yeah, it was set
She
up.
set it up earlier. But
Now-
man, not like this. It really she starts shocking Frank with it.
She gets Frank right in the booty.
Yeah, he's like,
And Frank he's quite delighted, and he says it reminds me of my time back in the lab.
I thought that was just him getting bright. He's alive, like when he got shocked
it?
by the.
Was
Yeah,
it?
that's what I. That's
Was
what
it?
I
You're
took
saying
from
it was layered with a sexuality that we were not.
That we don't know. We don't know how long Frankenstein hung out in Frankenstein's lab way back in the day before
Yeah,
he moved on to Monster Squad, before he moved into Fred's Wax Museum.
But after the fight, we go back to a Monster Squad HQ for just the crappiest of epilogue scenes.
You know what would have made this show 1,000 times better if there was a Fred character
Yeah, if
that
he's like at the
appeared on
end.
a speaker like in Charlie's Angels. Hello, Walt and monsters.
What about,
Here's-
I'll do you one better. Well, at the end of the night, just as everything's shutting down, Fred comes down and he's like, "Walt, was everything okay tonight?" He's like, just a normal night.
Maybe the bees wax is what all the wax statues are made out of.
Oh,
Right. It would have been a
Right.
great through line through the whole show.
What if it turned out that the Queen Bee, as played by genius Alice Ghostley, was Fred's wife?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
All right, but so let's.
Mrs. Fred.
let's wrap up the episode.
And Fred is their last name.
Okay,
Freds.
so it's Joe Fred's Wax Museum.
When you mentioned that Frank just being a green guy, no stitching.
No scars. Yeah, no scars.
That immediately I was like, oh shit, I know that meeting that went down as a producer of a TV show. The guy's like, when they show, okay, here's the costume, and he's like, where's the stitching that Frankenstein would obviously have? And they're like, we can't afford.
You want us to do that 13 times?
You gave us $100.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Get what you get.
All right. So we go back to Monster Squad HQ headquarters for just the weakest of epilogue scenes. There's a flea shampoo joke,
which makes zero sense.
It's not set up in the episode anywhere. Like this is where you're like you make a callback to some thing that, but no, there's a flea, and then Dracula just wants Bloody Marys. Like just the most basic joke that a vampire could possibly make.
Yeah.
Also, an alcoholic drink reference for the kids on a kids show.
So I think that's the joke. I think that is the joke because he follows it up with Shirley Temple or Old Fashioned.
Or Shirley Temple. Okay.
I loved it, guys. I'd go back and watch another episode. I might just go back and watch some episodes on my own. I know that you guys had trouble with it. I never watched Batman, so I was like, I think this show is great. So that's my final thought.
I hated it, and I can't wait to watch more.
We saw it on YouTube.
Okay.
It's also, you said it was available.
It's on Pluto and Tubi for free.
There you go. So if you guys want to watch it, you should check that out.
I recommend watching it on a real TV. I mean, it's still square format. It's from the 70s, but you can kind of see, like, I don't know, you get to see a lot more of it.
Yeah, we'll put the link to the YouTube video in our show notes.
And I watched the YouTube video, which has, and I'm sure there might be others, but this one in particular had been up for 3 years and only had 343 views and 7 comments.
Wow. I bet all of the comments were like, why don't I remember this show?
Yeah, what? This was on TV?
All right. And that's it for that game. Now I'm going to hand it over to Casey to wrap it up with Casey's Trivia.
Oh. It's time for Casey's Trivia.
I'm going to convert all this. If we're converting this to Amber points, coming out of the Movie Monster segment, that's going to be 150 points. But with a radiation bonus of ×2, that's 300 points.
I got 300 points.
That Lucky is taking in to trivia.
That's huge.
Wow.
When you played
bonus.
Yakety Sax, it reminded me of that Honeymooners episode where Ralph was going to be on basically a Name That Tune type game show.
Okay.
And he's got Norton to help him prep for it. And before every song, Norton starts by playing Swanee River. He's like, and then we'll go into whatever song he's playing on the piano. And, of course, that comedy hijinks ensues with him like, stop playing that damn song, you know that?
Yeah.
And then he gets onto the show, and the question is, who wrote Swanee River?
Nice.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
Based on Monster Squad, we talked about how Fred Grandy went from Monster Squad to Love Boat. What years did Love Boat run?
oh, man, that's a great question. I do not know because I was wondering myself what was the gap between this show and because he looks much younger. Well, I would say he looks a lot younger in this. Now, maybe it was his dorky costuming.
It was that cardigan. It de-aged him 10 years.
So, Love Boat, I'm going to give a 1980 to 86.
80 to 86.
It is 1976 to 1986. And then there's some TV movies that were at that, but
They made that show for 10 years.
yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fred Grandy played Gopher the same year he was in this. He looks totally younger.
My thought is maybe they recorded this in 75.
Okay, yeah, or maybe it was made soon after Batman
Yeah.
68, and then it just they like had.
Oh, and then it sat. Oh, that's very interesting, Christian. What
We're gonna
was
find
the
out.
name of the boat on Love Boat?
Boy. I want to say Princess was in there, but I don't know that that's true.
That is true.
It is true. Something Princess, the Pacific Princess.
It is the Pacific
Oh,
Princess.
nice, nicely done.
And it was based
Nice.
on a real boat. And then I think that company, that cruise company, actually started running the boat as the Pacific Princess.
Of course.
Yeah.
A little tie-in.
In
Never heard anybody.
1977, Love Boat won a People's Choice Award. It was actually tied
Yeah, the people finally spoke.
for Best New Show. What show did it tie with? So
What
it's
year?
What year?
What
the
year?
1977 People's Choice Award for Best New Show tied with another show. What was it?
Oh, I mean, it could be
Fantasy
anything.
Island.
That's a good guess.
Christian,
my
do you have a
guess.
guess?
It's not Fantasy Island, I assume. I'm gonna say we haven't revealed. 77. I'm gonna say Hardcastle and McCormick.
It's Three's Company.
Three's Company.
Best new show. Wow, man,
Watch
that is
this.
a great show.
Watch this guy pretend he's gay to live with
Yeah.
2 women in a weird landlord's apartment building.
Yeah.
Meow. There's a sex kitten that lives upstairs. Look out.
Man, Larry Dallas.
Larry.
What a character.
At the Regal Beagle. Always
Yeah,
trying
man, I
to
love
pick
the
up those girls.
Liechtenstein is a button
Really-
on so many jokes in this episode of Monster Squad.
We don't know why.
Yeah, makes no sense.
The total area of Liechtenstein is 62 square miles. It's almost identical to what U.S. city?
A city? That's 62 square miles?
62.
It's not only a city, it's also a district.
Washington, D.C.
It is
There you
Washington,
go.
D.C. It's almost the exact same size.
The District of Columbia, its own
Which you-
beast.
you're
There
not
is
allowed
no
to-
state associated with it.
Which you're not allowed to visit anymore because people just keep vandalizing it. Pretty soon it's going to all be
If you're looking for a reflection, please build your own pool. Get
find
your own pool
it.
guy.
Find it elsewhere.
We don't want a bunch of
Look at a mirror.
narcissists
You don't gotta go
falling
over
in
here
love
and
with
look
their
at
own
a pool.
reflections.
Hey,
62
who loves
square.
ducks? Hopefully nobody, because we're going to murder them all around this pond.
My favorite fact is it's almost the same size as Washington, D.C., or 1.5 Disney Worlds.
Oh,
okay.
Just about 1.5 Disney World.
Mega Disney.
And quickly, what is the capital of Liechtenstein?
Oh, that would be Borstovia.
It's actually Vaduz.
Verdutz.
You're Vaduz.
Capital city of Verdutz.
And also, there's a lot of honey talk in this.
Oh, there is.
In this episode of Monster Squad. What's the shelf life of honey?
It's immortal.
Indefinite.
It
They're
is
eating-
indefinite.
They're eating honey from ancient Egypt now.
Correct. They found some in a tomb, and it was still good.
Yeah. Why is that? Is that what's up with that bee
Because
spirit?
I
fucking
think
Alice Ghostly is what's up.
And it's also like very antibiotic and
got no moisture in
antifungal. Right.
Yeah.
So, up to how many eggs does the queen bee lay a day?
7.
1,000.
7 eggs a day. It really
It's actually
her out.
2,000 eggs a day. Can lay up to 2,000
That's
eggs
nowhere
a day.
near 7.
What is honey made of? Like, what do the bees use to make honey?
They make rainbows and happy thoughts.
Christian, do you have a guess?
I'm going to go nectar and stomach juices.
Yes, nectar. It's stored in their honey stomach.
Okay, yeah.
And there's also one other thing that they can use to make honey, and that's honeydew. And what is
Okay.
honeydew? It's
melon.
Whatever my wife
Whatever honey wants.
Is that,
honeydew is actually the
I'm happy to be along for the ride. Honey do what honey wants. I'm just going to be here.
what is
honeydew is the excretions of bugs that have attached onto a leaf or something of a plant.
Okay.
So basically, like an aphid produces honey.
Well, aphids shit out sticky sweet
It's basically
substances.
bug shit because they are sucking the sap from the tree, but they have to suck so much sap to get nutrients that extra sticky sweet stuff, they just poop it out
Sweet
right
sticky
away.
thing.
They prefer the aphid stuff because it's so much. It's got so much more in it than like natural sap. They'll take the aphid.
It's
stuff
just
over.
the sugary stuff. So also
like-
there's ants that will collect that as well.
It's like cracking
yeah.
a soda because you can't
like-
because water doesn't do it for you.
And also, do you know that bees make something called bee bread?
Bee bread.
No.
Do they bake it in their little bee ovens?
No, it's a mixture of honey and pollen, and that's one of the main things that they eat.
Oh wow.
They eat bee bread.
They eat
Sounds
bee bread.
delicious, actually.
Finally, Lucky, do you have anything you'd like to plug or talk about?
I got nothing to plug. We can talk about anything you like.
Well, you know what? And I don't know if they have it, but we could plug our mutual friend, Courtney Hicks, and her
Oh yeah,
graphic novel that just came out.
Oh, awesome.
Self-published,
What's it called?
The Twin and Other Short Tales of Horror
Oh, cool.
by Courtney Hicks.
it's
Oh,
really
man.
great. It's,
Well, yeah, Courtney, one of the many really awesome artists that worked at Archer on
Yep.
Archer. But also painted a bunch of great murals around town here.
Yep.
Yes, with her husband. They're known as
yeah.
Foxy Swine.
Yeah, Chris Alvarez.
And I wonder if the book will be up on foxyswine.com.
I'm sure it is. It's now available. They have the copies.
One of the fastest Kickstarter turnarounds I've ever.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
for
Experienced.
Just, for just somebody going out there and going, "Here's my stuff." You bet.
Yeah,
Cool.
very cool.
At the end of our whole episode, through the segment and through trivia and watching Monster Squad, you've come out with 400 points.
Oh my God, I'm so ahead of the pack.
I am going to log that in my points records.
Oh,
And
big
so
book
that
of points.
It will always be on record, and I will not lose track of
Just
it.
like
unlike
my
some.
school misdeeds.
This will follow you on your permanent
It's going
record.
on my permanent
It's
record.
going on your permanent
Yeah,
record.
wherever that
Hey,
exists, it's in there.
well, don't get so distressed. Did
Straight
I
to
happen
the
to
eye.
mention that I'm impressed?
This has been Rephrasing, an Archer Rewatch podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at RePhrasingPod. Email us questions at rephrasingpod@gmail.com. Please, no pictures of your penis. That's just inviting pictures of their penis, isn't it? Rephrasing is produced by Amber Nash, Casey Willis, and Christian Danley. Our theme music is by Matt Hoggs. FX's Archer is now streaming on Hulu. We're so excited to be a Maximum Fun podcast this season, and we'd like to thank all of the Max Fun members that support our show. If you're not a member yet and you'd like to become one, go to maxfun.org/join.